Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome back to a nice Road to Glory, episode 21 of the final batch of Foot Champs gameplay. The team has not changed, nothing has changed. We have reverted back to the 4-1-2-1-2 because it's what works best for me. In all honesty, I do need to play about with formations. What formations are you guys finding that works? Honestly, let me know because I'd like to try some new ones. Obviously, I like the 4-5-1 offline. I wasn't a fan of this, the 4-3-2-1, although my first opponent has a very, very solid team. I was not a fan of it. I don't know what I want. I want a formation that's got 4 players in every position. That's how ridiculous my demands are. Anyway, we get things off in this game. 66th minute here. My opponent doing some dribbling. Nice little back heel. Crosses it in. Son on the volley. Fan-dabby doozy. Aurier didn't feel like defending that. And then he gets through here with Raheem Sterling. Goes for the chip. But we bait him out. And we get the ball with our goalkeeper, giving us a chance for a counter-attack. We launch it long. Shevchenko fails to get it to the player, but he intercepts it. We play it into Salah. Salah through to Son. And who is there but Michael Keane with a tidy finish, worthy of a world-class striker, to put us 1-1 in the dying embers of the game. Then we pick the ball up in extra time, play it wide to Mendy. Mendy into Henry, who had been brought on. Henry manages to find Shevchenko, who plays it through to Nainggolan. Nainggolan, a very nice player actually this year. Potential to move on to the Serie A if I could afford like Dybala, Marquisio, Nainggolan, and we pick up the win. 2-1, top 100, woo! That's just from playing all those games so early. We move on up to Silver 1 ranking. And we're straight into our next game here. Very nice team. He's got that new Brozovic. Got Icardi, who caused me all sorts of problems. Bit of a BPL, Calcio A hybrid. Nice players all over the pitch there. Chiellini's a bit of a monster this year. Danny Rose, I cannot stand. Cancelo, he's not bad. Not great. Wouldn't be my first choice. But it took until the 10th minute in this game. Some no-touch dribbling with Son into Shevchenko. Poor defending by him. And you give Shevchenko that space in the box. It's a goal. But straight from kickoff, as my team contracts some sort of disease that prevents them from moving. My opponent, of course, works it forward, nicely creating the space into Jesus, over to Coutinho, and it is 1-1 just like that. And not too long after, in the 24th, my opponent manages to create some more space and gets the lucky rebound, putting him 2-1 up. But we never say die, and shortly after that, it's into Shevchenko, lovely little drag back, near post finish, overpowered AF. On the stroke of half time, we managed to intercept the ball with Mendy. We play it back to Michael Keane, who, by the way, is a phenomenal centre-back. My favourite centre-back I've used so far. Definitely better than Chris Smalling, and for a fraction of the price. Would 100% recommend you give him a go if you're looking for someone in the BPL and you haven't tried him and you're on a budget. Absolutely. Then we get it into Shevchenko again, who completes his hat-trick, putting us 4-2 up. And in the 90th minute, Salah here doing some work on the wing, a little bit of LB dribbling, and he goes down into the box. LB dribbling, by the way, is something I definitely need to master, and when I do, I will bring you the guide of how to use it, because it is phenomenal for twisting and turning away from players. Really tight control. And we get a penalty, and we actually score it. How about that for a little result? Not used to scoring those pens, which was exciting. However, of course, this is FIFA 17. The game was not over, despite it being the 90th minute. For about 56 days, he still had time to come back and score, making it 5-3. Which puts us 1 win now off of gold free, which was simply my aim. It's always my aim just to get into gold free. Anything more than that is a bonus. I don't really care once I'm into gold free. But we come up against our opponent. A nice team, except for the defence. He's definitely gone for his midfield and attack first, strengthening this year, as most people do. And it worked out for him initially, as straight from kickoff, he gets in and gets the goal, taking the 1-0 lead. And it took us a long time to get any sort of chances in this game. In the 64th minute, we get it out from Bakayoko into Shevchenko, into Son, through ball to Shevchenko. You can't mark him, you can't stop him when he's in the box. He is a goal-scoring machine. Then, in the extra time, we play it out here to Mendy. Mendy into Griezmann. We're subbing on that lone Griezmann from the journey into Shevchenko with the volley. 2-1, we make it, but it was not over. I will say this opponent definitely deserved this win that he will get. Spoilers. He did have chance after chance after chance, and he managed to equalise in extra time. And you know what's coming when I go to a penalty shootout. You know what's coming. There is never going to be a win for me, I don't think. Until I bother to actually practice these penalties, a win is not happening at all. Because they are just bad. Like, I aim that to the left and end up putting it straight down the middle. I'm quite good at predicting people, which is perhaps my one redeeming asset in penalties. Not scoring them, just being able to read what people will do. But it was not enough in this game, unfortunately. It went on for quite a while, these penalties. Not quite a while. 3-2. And we put it in. And then my opponent steps up, pressure's on, slots it away nicely. Then finally, Bakayoko steps up. The player I hate, of course, misses it. And we lose another penalty shootout. Didn't win a single penalty shootout during this weekend of Foot Champs. Alas, it was not meant to be. You'll see by the stats here. Actually, they were quite even, but my opponent had a lot of clear-cut chances. I will say I probably deserved to lose that game. Moving on. We come up against another BPL team. It is so refreshing when you come up against these Premier League teams. Honestly, it's so unexpected. No, you never expect to see a Premier League team in Foot Champions. It is phenomenal. We kick things off. Shevchenko, Antonio. Antonio, by the way, is a beautiful centre mid. Does really well. If he gets an inform, potentially as a midfielder or a striker, I think he plays like right wing back for West Ham or right mid. Don't know why he's at striker. I'd love to pick up that card. Salah there, putting us 1-0 up. My opponent, however, he has the ball. He is attacking. He gets it in to Rashford, who goes back to Musa. Musa out to Willian. Back to Musa. We're perfectly positioned to intercept that. But the computer says no. We are not allowed to intercept that, despite being in the perfect position. And once again, we get the block. It drops back to him. We miss the tackle. And it's 2-1 to an opponent who did not deserve the lead. However, not long after he went 2-1 up, we get in with Shevchenko here. Couple of fake shots and slot it home at the near post. If you're not doing a near post finish, you're doing it wrong. And that is what I will say. If you've got a striker with high finishing, you can put it in at the near post very nicely. Especially since after the patch, look at that, for a bit of luck. So the luck, what comes around goes around. My opponent rage quit straight out there. But since the patch, when people have been complaining about finishing at the far post, go near post 100%. And we move on to goal 3. Woo! Really poor, admittedly. Although my only ambition was gold 3, it's still pretty poor by me, I won't lie. I do consider myself a good FIFA player. Not showing it this weekend. I'm aiming for elite next weekend. But the pressure was off now. I just didn't care. As long as I don't have to qualify again, I'm really not fussed. That's my sole aim, because I just can't be bothered with the daily knockout tournament. A beautiful little passing move there into Shevchenko, and you know what he does. I'm just repeating myself time after time. You get it into Shevchenko, he scores. Nice little play on the wing from Son, into Mendy, back to Shevchenko. It is a goal. Then Sissoko into Shevchenko, and it's not a goal, but he forces the save, and Son picks up the rebound, putting us 3-0 up. Then some LB dribbling from Mendy. Son manages to miss it somehow. My opponent, we see the pause being queued up. You know what's coming. I know what's coming. The whole world knows what's coming. It is a 3-0 loss and a rage quit for my opponent. Happy days. Nothing better than a rage quit. And being one win off goal 2 was not too shabby. We didn't have many games left at this point. And we come up against this guy. This guy. This was the most frustrating game I played all weekend, because I could not believe the luck this guy got. Let's look at his first goal. What? What was my goalkeeper doing? That was the slowest header from the back post I have ever seen. But we do not let this get us down. We play it up the line into Son. Son to Salah. Salah back to Son. We get in behind. We cross it in to Sheva, who doesn't quite win the header, but eventually it drops for Salah. And we get the goal. But then, my opponent, as if blessed by the gods with luck, just looking back at it, I can't help but laugh. in a little girlish manner. Look at that. It headed it straight at Fabianski, the slowest thing I've ever seen. And then Fabianski does the same thing for his third goal. Like, there is luck, and then there is absolute EAs. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. His fourth goal, he goes 4-1 up. That was a good goal. That was his first good goal and only deserved goal, in my opinion. We win it back here with Sissoko. Sissoko into Antonio. Antonio, and then through to Shevchenko, It's a good goal. My opponent was such an aggressive defender as well. It was really unusual. He would fly into everything. It was honestly like playing AI on Ultimate. We make a mistake there, give it up to him. Dybala beautifully curls it round the keeper, making it 5-2. It was a good game. I was just frustrated at the goals that were given up because he did not deserve 3 of them. And when you do not deserve 3 of them, and I score 3, and I believe it should have been 3-2 to me. Oh well, that is life. That is Foot Champions. We lose 5-3. Annoyingly, unfortunately, but that is how it goes sometimes. Alas, we move on into the next game, and we come up against a quality team. Really nice. Griezmann and Mbappe, the dream. Tolisso, quality player. Cyprien there, just beautiful, beautiful players all around. Really well built, 4-1-2-1-2. And it is my opponent who takes the lead, and actually, yes, I did get rather dicked in this game, as he goes 1-0 up with Mbappe. Not long after that, he turns me here. It's shocking defending. Through to Griezmann. 2-0. Early doors. But Salah there, weak as anything. Just awful as he normally is. Somehow we managed to keep hold of it, get it back to Salah. And Salah, weak as anything, yet again gives it up. Luckily, Bakayoko's there to get it through to Son, who gets it into Shevchenko, who forces the rebound. And Sissoko gets the goal. The comeback was on momentarily because not long after this, some more good play by my opponent. And look, again, I just make that mistake time and time again. Give it to him. He's 3-1 up. Then in the 45th, on the stroke of half time, from my attack, my defender, again perfectly positioned, doesn't get the ball. Again, Chris Smalling perfectly positioned, does not get the ball. 4-1. I could not be bothered. I was not wasting my time. I clicked out, and that was the first genuine time I actually clicked off the screen to force myself to disconnect because I could not be bothered. Straight from that, we went into the next game. I believe I only had 3 games left at this time, so I needed a result just to get into goal 2. Goal 2 was fine with me, honestly. Like, I was happy with goal 3, but goal 2 would have been nice. And we get it through here into Shevchenko, finds the space, as he always does, and slots home. Then, not long after that, we get it through to Son. Son with a lovely drag back into Shevchenko. Slots it home yet again, putting us 2-0 up. 2-0 to the good. Absolutely dicking this guy. We're about to move on to goal 2. My opponent here, however, is attacking. He gets straight from kickoff through my team. Felipe Anderson. Good goal. 2-1. I was still comfortable though. I'm not going to lie. I did not fear too much in this game. My opponent just lets me walk through here with Salah and falls over in the box. And at this point, I was on ultra defensive. Would you have guessed? Because I bloody wouldn't have. Ultra defensive, 83rd minute, from a corner, I've got 1 player back. Whew, I was tilted AF at this point. So we had to go into extra time. In extra time, we play it long down to Mendy, into Son, who doesn't quite win the header. It drops to Nangolan. I don't even know what happened there. It didn't show the replay. It immediately cut to that, but somehow we're 3-2 up, and it is a bit of magical luck, in my opinion, because I have no idea what happened. But that was not where the game was going to end. Nice bit of play by my opponent, through to his right back, who played like Henri, through on goal there, and finished beautifully. Then, not long after that, still in the first half of extra time, we're working the ball around nicely. Antonio into Nangolan. Nangolan sees Son in the space, and we go for that near post. We get it, 4-3. And was it over? No, it was not. We managed to dribble through with Son. He's got the strength to hold off the right back. Sees the pass to Shevchenko. 5-3. Game over. Goodbye to my opponent. We finish goal 2. I didn't bother finishing my games. I had 1 left, so there was no point. I couldn't have made it to goal 1. 13 wins out of 25 with 5 disconnects. For my first weekend league, I'm happy. That's where we finish. We will get our rewards. You will, of course, see them shortly when they are released. Hopefully we get something good out of the 2 mega packs. and the 25k pack. Not sure which one it is. We're in the top 100 with 13 wins because we just banged out all our games so early on that we managed to do that. Anyway, guys, this is where it's going to end. Thank you for watching. How has your weekend league gone? Let me know down below. Like and subscribe for more regular content, and I will talk to you later.